Minutes or so that we're together. As the music plays, we invite you to relax, close your eyes, rest in the presence, and hold space.
Ganapataye Namo Namaha Gam Ganapataye Namo Namaha Jai Ganesha Gananata Dayaniti Sakala Vigna Karadura Hamari Jai Ganesha Gananata Dayaniti Sakala Vigna Karadura Hamari Ganapataye Namo Namaha Suklam Bharadram Vishnu Sasivarnam Chaturvujam Prasannavadanam Dhyaye Sarvavignyopashantaye Shankam Ganapataye Namo Namaha Gam Ganapataye Namo Namaha Gam Ganapataye Namo Namaha Gam Ganapataye Namo Namaha Gam Ganapataye Namo Jai Ganesha Gananata Dayaniti Sakala Vigna Karadura Hamari Jai Ganesha Gananata Dayaniti Sakala Vigna Karadura Hamari Namo
Namaste.
Namaste.
And welcome to our weekly online satsang. Satsang being a fancy Sanskrit word for spiritual community. But literally, a satsang happens whenever two or more people on the path of awakening, transformation of consciousness come together to share their journeys, to share their presence, their energy, their victories and their challenges. And when we do that, we strengthen one another exponentially, and the presence that we share deepens tremendously. So we're so glad you're here tonight. Please give us a like or a love, even if you're watching this a week after we did it. Give us a like or a love if you're on Facebook Live. If you're watching it on Vimeo, you can enter into the chat. I think only if it's live can you do that. And just say, hi, it's me, and I was here. And at the end, we'll give you special hugs and blessings after the satsang is over. In the meantime, we're sending the Flowering Heart Blessing, Hridaya Vikasa Diksha, which is a direct transmission of divine awakened presence, grace, love, light that catalyzes awakening in the receiver. You're soaking in it right now. It dissolves blocks, it hastens the journey. If you're already awakened, it takes you deeper, for awakening is not a destination, but an ever unfolding process of expansion. So, glad you're here. When we began sharing the Flowering Heart Blessing a little over 10 years ago, the Divine showed us that we shouldn't charge for it. And also that when you receive it, you're fully initiated to be able to share it. So even receiving it at a distance as you are now, you are fully activated to be able to share it. Just invite the Divine to pour the Flowering Heart Blessing through you to all who watch with us tonight and all who ever view this recording in the future. For the transmission is spirit, and spirit is always here and now, and it's unbounded by time or space. There's no distance, there's no time or separation. So if someone watches this 10 years after we made it, they'll feel the same presence, the same transforming energy and blessing. And it's an opportunity for you to enter into the flow. As the blessing passes through you to others, it works on you and transforms you in the process. If you don't have a blessing circle group in your community, why don't you start one? It'll really change things for you. And all you don't need to be an expert. All you need to do is go to our website, floweringheart.org, and there's a 36-minute video that explains the Flowering Heart Blessing and leads us in a guided meditation of initiation to give the blessing. Just invite a friend or two over, hit play on the player button, or you can download it to your own device. You're welcome to do that. 36 minutes later, you have a blessing circle. And people that are really ready, that video, everyone really feels it in that initiation video. It's only 36 minutes. And it would help you and your community. Any other announcements? Well, just that the world is awakening. Not as fast as we'd like to see it, but one person at a time. Eventually, we'll hit critical mass and the collective consciousness itself will shift from the insane, delusional reality we've been living in for countless thousands of years, rooted in competition, conflict, and war. We're going to shift into a whole new world rooted in cooperation, harmony, and peace. That requires the awakening of the heart, not just on an individual level, but on a collective level. And that's what our work is all about. To help as many individuals shift into awakening. I say shift because at your deepest center, you are already awakened. And you are already one with the Divine, who is your true essence, who is your true self. And when you realize that, oh my gosh, what you've been looking for all this time was inside of you all the time. In fact, it was you. It is you. We're going to open it to questions and answers in a few minutes on the spiritual journey. And that's your part. If there's something you'd like to ask, where you'd like more clarity, more light about your spiritual practice in moving deeper and deeper into awakening, ask it. It will benefit everyone, because while our journeys are different, each one of us, in some way, they all parallel, and we go through very similar experiences. So whatever you're looking at, thinking about, wrestling with, experiencing, all the rest of us either are, have been, or will be at some point in the future. So while you think about that, I'm going to share with us some quotes and a little article from inspiringquotes.com. We do this each week. I love this website, inspiringquotes.com. A group of authors writes these tiny little articles and then shares a list of quotes from influential people throughout history that shed light on that topic. Tonight, we're going to do another one from guess who? Joyce Chen. I think when all is said and done, we've been reading more of her stuff than any other one person. But all the authors on this website are just great. So this one is 14 enlightening quotes about spirituality. Spirituality is not always the easiest term to define. But perhaps the simplest way to describe it is a belief in something beyond ourselves. This encompasses religion, as well as a relationship with the universe, or communicating with nature. Being spiritual is not limited to certain denominations or belief systems. Rather, it's a way to understand our connection to forces that may be outside our scope of understanding. It is commonly believed that there are three main facets to human spirituality: our values, relationships, and life purposes. Gaining a deeper knowledge and appreciation for each of these aspects can help us to be more enlightened, mindful, and even happier. Research has shown that spirituality helps us to cope with life's difficulties, including stress, depression, and grief. It helps us to better understand the realities of living, persevere through difficult times, and accept loss and sadness when they arise. What's more, a spiritual practice often comes with a component of community, bringing the added benefit of social support. Whether you're just starting out on your spiritual journey or have made it a long-standing practice, these 16 quotes can help you tap into your spiritual self. Interesting. 16 quotes and the title was 14 quotes. This happens. Okay, so here we go. Awakening is not changing who you are, but discarding who you are not. Deepak Chopra. It isn't until you come to a spiritual understanding of who you are, not necessarily a religious feeling, but deep down, the spirit within, that you can begin to take control. Oprah Winfrey. At any moment, you have a choice that either leads you closer to your spirit or further away from it. Thich Nhat Hanh. You are never alone. You are eternally connected with everyone. Amit Ray, spiritual teacher. Religion is for people who are afraid of going to hell. Spirituality is for those who've already been there. Vine Deloria Jr., author. Spirituality is recognizing and celebrating that we are all inextricably connected to each other by a power greater than all of us. And that our connection to that power and to one another is grounded in love and compassion. Brené Brown. Physical strength can never permanently withstand the impact of spiritual force. Franklin D. Roosevelt. You do not need to work to become spiritual. You are spiritual. You need only to remember that fact. Spirit is within you. God is within you. Julia Cameron, teacher and author. The spiritual life is not a life before, after, or beyond our everyday existence. No. The spiritual life can only be real when it is lived in the midst of the pains and joys of the here and now. Henry Nouwen, priest. Make your own Bible. Select and collect all the words and sentences that in all your readings have been to you like the blast of a trumpet. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Music is the mediator between the spiritual and the sensual life. Ludwig van Beethoven. Prayer is not asking. It is a longing of the soul. It is daily admission of one's weakness. It is better in prayer to have a heart without words than words without a heart. Mahatma Gandhi. We do not need more intellectual power. We need more spiritual power. We do not need more of the things that are seen. We need more of the things that are unseen. Calvin Coolidge. Yes, you must live life beautifully and not allow the spirit of the world that makes gods out of power, riches, and pleasure make you forget that you have been created for greater things, to love and to be loved. Mother Teresa. And thank you, Joyce Chen.
And that was 14.
Was it? You counted.
Yeah.
Well, at least they got the URL right. Interesting. At some point there may have been 16 in there, and a couple of people fell out of favor and got deleted from the article.
Or she added it and forgot to change it in the intro.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Anyway. Yeah, some of those statements are interesting. I mean, Oprah said when you discover your spirit, only then can you take control. I think then you're finally letting go of control. But I mean, she has her point, right? It's so, let's see. So, and spirituality is that which pertains to the part of us that is spirit. I mean, it's funny how there are so many approaches to defining it, but in Scripture, human beings in the Christian Scriptures were defined by St. Paul as spirit, soul, and body. Body is the material. We don't need more seen things. Soul is mind and emotions. We don't need more psychological power. Spirit is the part of us that is pure awareness. It is our essence. It is that which existed before we had a body and a mind, and after. We may not have a body and a mind at some point. Spirit is the essential true self. It is pure awareness, and it is without end. Spirit is unbounded by time and space. Therefore, it is, the human spirit is immortal to begin with. Then the soul is the mental realm, and then the body is the physical realm. So it's so important, and more we're seeing these days that people are cultivating the spiritual dimension of their being, their deepest intuition, their deepest sense of connection with the divine and with everyone else, because we are all one in spirit. There are plenty of schools to cultivate the mind. And there's, in the United States of America, there's a gym on every corner, and people are just constantly working out to make their bodies nice. So to me, it's much simpler in a way. Spirituality is the cultivation of that which is our essential true nature, pure awareness, pure being. So, I loved Gandhi's point that it's better in prayer to have a heart without words than words without a heart. Thomas Keating used to say a lot that God's original language was, and still is, silence. And that statement, which we've read before in some other article, that religion's for people who are afraid of going to hell, spirituality is for those who have already been there. You either understand that or you don't. But I mean, religion's always promising punishment and reward. And that goes really for Hinduism, Buddhism, the Eastern isms, as well as the Western isms. But once you've burned out on religion, external rules and rituals and regulations and rigid belief systems, we begin to discover the simple cultivation of the human spirit. And so it's really funny, this statement, spirituality is for those who have already been to hell. And have said, enough. Okay. So we have some more questions from Tristan. I've heard in wise teachings that the more we practice sadhana, okay, stop. Sadhana is spiritual practice. So a sadhana would be a spiritual practice that you've made a part of your ongoing life in a regular way. I've heard in wise teachings that the more we practice sadhana, that superficial, super unique ego dissolves more. And we feel more normal than ever compared to that ego that makes us unique and superior to others. Can you go into this commentary? As I go into my sadhana, my supernatural abilities are quiet compared to wouldn't shut off that psychic radio. I think I know what you mean. You continue, so let me read what you write. No, that's the next question. Okay. First of all, what makes you unique? Super unique. It certainly isn't your ego. So, you talk about, let's see, the ego that makes us unique and superior to others. It makes us feel. The ego makes you feel unique and superior to others sometimes. At other times, for other people, ego makes them feel inferior to others and ordinary and meaningless. Ego is that strategy of the mind to protect itself. It's always protective. In our workshop, which we did last weekend, the Diamond Heart course, we went over the 6 games that the ego plays. And they're always destructive. It is true that the more you practice a spiritual sadhana, if you're doing it correctly and it goes well, the more the ego dissolves. And then you might feel quite unique, not superior to others, but connected to others. keep tripping over that ego makes us unique and superior to others. It's an illusion. Everyone is unique. Without an ego, you're unique. You would be more appreciative, I think, of your own uniqueness without an ego in the way that says, I'm like you, but I'm better than you. So, yes. And another thing about sadhana is that there's this thing called spiritual materialism that was coined by Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche, Tibetan Lama, that spiritual practice sometimes can be used in a perverse way to build up the spiritual ego. You only meditate once a week? Well, I meditate 2 hours a day. You know, oh, you've just begun the spiritual journey. Well, I've been in it for many, many years. So practicing a sadhana, I've seen make some people feel super unique and superior to others. You're more likely to have the illusion of feeling unique and superior if you're deeply involved in a spiritual sadhana than if you're not. That's what I found really interesting. I didn't want to lose that little point in your relative to your question, is that it's the very practice of spiritual sadhana until the ego is dissolved or begins to dissolve more, and we become more transcendent in our true spiritual identity. The spiritual practice can make us feel really special. I've got the greatest, my master's better than your master. Oh yeah, well my guru's, greater than your guru. And because I've got this great spiritual practice and this great guru, that makes me superior to people that don't have that, doesn't it? Uh-huh. And it certainly makes me unique because not everybody has a spiritual practice or teachers like I have. So you see that sense of superiority and that uniqueness we would call the craving for significance. It's a need of the mind or a need of the ego, but it gets in the way. It has to be. We need to have some sense that we are unique and special, but that needs to be really balanced with love and the reality of humility. But it's certainly true that when I go into my spiritual practices, you say my supernatural abilities are quiet. Well, your spirit, the part of you that really is, to me, I'm a Taoist. Everything is part of nature, the nature of God, the original nature. But yes, those spiritual qualities and abilities and that are unleashed within you in sadhana or in meditation are quiet, very quiet, and give you a deep sense of peace compared to that psychic radio that won't shut off. In meditation, incidentally, we don't, in good meditation, we don't try to turn off the radio. We learn to tune our attention from all that psychic stuff coming through the radio to tune to another channel. Spiritual silence. It's always there and nothing changed, but I changed the channel that my attention was set on, and my attention is my spirit. You want to add anything to that? Okay, Tristan asks, question 2, in the Bible it says, the deceiver will come as a light. I've met gurus who awakened people's kundalini, and it was not the same experience as the holy ones, like the Siddha one I experienced, or like Sri Bhagwan. This one was quite... Okay, you lost the question. I'll get it back. This one was quite foreign, and in the end this guru fell from grace in the public eye. Can you get into this more? If I have to. It does say in the Bible that the deceiver may come in the form of light. St. Paul said that the angels of the dark one can appear, the messengers of the dark one can appear as angels of light. I know you were discussing angels with us before. So it's important to know how to test and discern the spirits, and the different traditions have different ways of doing that. But you can't be tricked by the appearance. Jesus said that false teachers and false Christs would come with great power, working great signs and wonders, so as to deceive, if possible, the very elect, which is a real warning. They usually translate it, if it were possible to deceive the elect, but it doesn't say that in the Greek. It says, Jesus said, that false Christs and prophets would arise with great signs and wonders to deceive, if possible, the very elect. Not if it were possible. It is possible. The elect can, maybe not forever, but we can be tricked. So we need to be careful, and that's why in that same passage Jesus says, look, I've warned you ahead of time. There are going to come very powerful teachers. So power is not the mark or the sign of a true teacher. It is unconditional, selfless love. The true teacher is unconditionally loving toward you and selfless, and is not trying to manipulate you into getting your money or getting into some kind of tawdry relationship with you, or controlling your life, or roping you in and keeping you in their orbit for the rest of your life while they're promising you enlightenment and never, incidentally, giving it. So that's another thing to look at. What is the teacher promising? What are they saying about themselves? A lot of teachers talk a lot about themselves as being great deities and great enlightened reincarnated beings. Talking that way seems rather self-aggrandizing. When some of the greatest spiritual teachers, in fact the greatest ones I'm aware of, did not say anything at all. And if they spoke, they were very sparing in their words. Ramana Maharshi, considered by many to be the greatest God-realized master of India in the last 100 years, did not speak at all. When he was enlightened, he went silent. Meher Baba, great, considered a Sufi avatar. He, when he became enlightened, he stopped talking. That was it. Now they taught by their presence. They even wrote things sometimes, on a blackboard or something for people to read, but they talked very little. So a true teacher, well, the Tao Te Ching says, he who knows does not speak. He who speaks does not know. Well, obviously it can't be totally like that. So a better way of looking at it would be that those who truly know the Tao, know the transcendent mystery, have realized the core of all that is, are sparing in their words. And those, listen to me prattle on, those who use a lot of words like me, are demonstrating that they don't know. So, unconditional love and selflessness are keys. If you're in the Christian tradition, then you're invited to ask the Spirit, who is the Christ? And it's interesting, because I've done this countless times over the years, that a genuine light being, a spirit of light, will just sing the praises of the Christ. And that goes for the gurus and the avatar of the Self-Realization Fellowship, Paramahansa Yogananda Yukteswar, Mahasaya, Mahavatar, Babaji. They would just, if you asked any of them and they appeared to you about the Christ, they would tell you in glowing terms what they thought. But in every case where I've asked a deceiving spirit, they just get raunchy. You can just see it come right up. There's this disdain in them. And what's the Christ? Well, if you're a Christian, then you have a certain belief about the incarnation of the Christ in Jesus of Nazareth, but the Christ is that aspect of the divine that's existed forever and will always exist and shines at the center, the heart of everything in creation with unconditional love, mercy, compassion, and the blueprint for transformation. In India, Hindu people, speaking of that same God within, the Christ within, the cosmic Christ, often refer to it as the Paramatma. And they wouldn't think of it as related to the Christian religion per se, although many Hindus get that. But the God within. So you might ask, one of these, well, what do you have to say about the God within? And if it's a deceiver, might say, oh, well, you are destined to become a great big deal. Just follow me. Anyway, you begin to get it after a while, but it's important, according to Scripture, to try the spirits because, yes, often they come disguised in light. So you can't trust just an appearance. True spiritual light is not necessarily visible to the physical eyes. It's visible to the soul, perhaps, if the soul's developed, visible to the eyes of the spirit. Okay, and then you write commentary. You and Sue need to watch the movie Good Fortune with Keanu Reeves. It is super cute and goes into a lot of problems Americans go into. Involves an angel storyline. Yeah, it's on our list.
Yes.
We've gotten that report from several people that Keanu plays a good angel. Okay, Yekaterina Kiev says, sure, I watched it and it's very nice. And Yekaterina is a very well-known and successful actress in Mexico. And Yekaterina says, I have the best teachers, you guys. Parentheses, my ego speaking. We love you too. And she's laughing when she says that. So. Or she's laying bait in front of us to see if she can make us fall. Go for the ego trip of that. Any other questions? There is time for about a half a question.
I think it's perfect timing.
I think it is. Okay, but hang on. Well, More, you were on YouTube, and I don't know if you stayed there, but yes, I always check Vimeo at some point. She writes, can I do my questions here, or do I have to go to YouTube? YouTube won't work, because we don't have a live chat going on YouTube. It's either Facebook Live or Vimeo works. You're usually on YouTube Live. I don't know what happened. But
Facebook.
But I see you, and I see your heart and your namaste, and we love you, and we send you blessing, and I wish you'd gotten to ask your question. Maybe next week. Well, okay. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't look like More found her way onto Facebook for some reason. Well, anyway, at least you found us on Vimeo, and that works. Okay, we're going to take a special intention for More that whatever important question you were holding in your spirit, if it's timely of importance, that the answer will come to you in spirit and blossom in you from within, as we all close our eyes now and invoke the presence. The presence, the divine presence, is the all that is. It is in, through, and beyond all that exists. It is all powerful, all knowing, all wise, and all unconditional love. And in its fullness, it dwells within you, in your heart of hearts. within you, deep, deep inside, in the center of your spirit, dwells the fullness of the divine source. And it loves you unconditionally with all your faults and quirks. Doesn't change the love of the divine for you one little bit. There is no distance, for in God we live and move and have our being, just the same as God dwells in us. This divine being at the center yearns to embrace you in love and melt away all fear, all suffering, all the illusions, the delusions of distance and separation, for we are truly one with the divine, one with each other, and one with all that exists. This divine being, this presence we speak of, knows exactly what you need before you even ask. It is powerful and wise and loving and able to transmit to you what you truly need. So right now, just let go and receive. Receive the flowering heart blessing. The blessing of God's presence flowering, blossoming within you, flooding your spirit with light, flooding your soul, your mind, your emotions with divinely inspired thoughts, ideas, and plans, and dissolving all of that negativity, flooding your body with physical healing, dissolving pain, dissolving disease, making you whole from the top of your head to the soles of your feet, healing you through and through, shining out into your relationships to heal them and make them right, shining through your life and your relationships into the world to touch and to catalyze everyone you meet with the grace of awakening and the flowering of the heart. Trust, let go, and receive the grace that's pouring out to you right now. Breathe it in. Breathe in the presence. And release all of your cares, worries, and concerns. Just drink in the light. Let it fill you, flood you, melt you, and draw you into the deepest realization of oneness with the divine source itself. It's already there. All that needs to happen is for the veil to be pulled back so you can see the truth about yourself, and the divine is doing that right now. Visualize us sitting in a circle together with our eyes closed. Lift up your hands with your palms open, facing forward, and let us invite the divine to pour the flowering heart blessing through all of us to all the others seated in the circle with us. It's flowing through all of them back to you. And let us take a strong intention that all of us seated in this circle together are melted into the realization of our oneness with God and with each other and with all that Let us together visualize the planet Earth in the middle of our circle, and let us ask the Divine to pour out healing grace to the Earth. To the planet and to all who dwell upon it, all the living creatures and sentient beings inhabiting Earth. Let us take a strong intention for all of us to be awakened into oneness with Source and with each other. That fear and hatred melt away, that violence cease, and love fill the earth. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And now you can relax and rest your hands in your laps. Open your eyes and begin to make direct eye contact with Suzanne and or me. Just keep gazing continually at least one of our eyes, and don't look away. You're going to shift from her to me, look at both of us, doesn't matter. Just keep gazing at one of our eyes or all of our eyes. During the light meditation, Suzanne and I are flooded with oceans of grace and light for you. Pours from the Divine through us to you, through every fiber of our being, especially through the eyes, which are called the windows of the soul. The light streams out through our eyes, in through your eyes, the windows of your soul. The light streams into your eyes, down into your spiritual heart of hearts, causing the fires of divine love and the light of awakening to grow brighter and brighter and brighter within you. Nothing for you to do. Just allow and receive. keep meditating as long as you like. Or find a place nearby to lie down in Shavasana. Shavasana is a pose where you lie down comfortably on your back, with your eyes closed, your arms at your sides loosely with your palms open, turned upward. And just let yourself dissolve with gratitude in the present. We love you very much.
Much love, light, and blessings.
Until we meet again, know that the divine within us beholds the divine in you, and we bow to you.
Namaste.
Namaste.